We've always wanted to help children in vulnerable situations. What we liked about Safe Families was that it stands upstream of foster care, so it protects the entire family. It's not just the kids are being taken out of a situation and going into this long-term plan B for the rest of their childhood. Safe Families really works to get the family back together because they understand how important the family unit is.
I think that's what sets Safe Families for Children apart, is you coming alongside not just the children, but the parents also. When we were first learning about it, it was described to us that the parents get to maintain all of their dignity because they're willfully coming and saying, I need help, I need a place for my children to go so that I can take care of this. And that's a hard thing for a parent to do. And you get to see that in the moments when you're there with the parents and you're loading the kids up in their car. It's hard for them. They're entrusting their most beloved thing in the world to a complete stranger that they've just met, and trusting that you're going to care for them.
So I love that they can partner with host families and say, hey, look, we just have a short-term need. Let's try to keep these kids out of the foster care system because it isn't a long-term need. If we can just get the mom okay or get the family okay in a week or a month or 3 months, then that can have a huge, huge impact on those kids' lives because they get to stay with their family.
We first got involved with Safe Families for Children. As our kids were getting older, we began to have kind of discussions like, what are we going to do with our house? Are we going to downsize because we don't need all the room, or are we going to begin to use these rooms for people who are in need? And kind of while we're in the midst of that discussion, we literally heard about Safe Families because our daughter had kind of discovered it, and she said, Dad, this thing you're always talking about, someone's already done it.
It's easy to look at your life and say, oh, but the timing's not right. We want to do this one day, but oh, we've got this going on or that going on. And we were maybe in that place for a while, and I think after I really latched on to this mission and was like, yes, this is what we're gonna do, this is a good fit for us. We both were kind of like, okay, let's jump in, let's make this happen.
You're not necessarily adding more events onto your schedule. If you already have 1 or 2 kids, then instead of going to the zoo with 2 kids, you're going to the zoo with 3 or 4 kids. And everything you do in your normal life, you're just doing that with maybe a couple extra kids.
How are we going to make room for an additional kid? We have 3 young kids that, just from a capacity standpoint, people looked at us like we were crazy.
You know, how do you make room? My answer was, well, you just put another car seat in the car and you just go about life. There's always a little bit of a fear, like how will this impact our children and our family time and things like that we hold so close was a fear. But the first second we had kids in the house, it was just easy and comfortable. And not that the kids were always easy, but it just felt like just having anyone else over. You know, they're just kids.
It's not just about writing a check or putting a coin in the jar and sending thoughts and prayers. You really want to make a difference in people's lives. You have to be willing to spend time with those people.
It's definitely facilitated conversations that have taken place to talk about real life and how there are people all over the place who are in different situations than what we are.
Our prayer has been for those kids and our own kids that we've implanted in them is that this is what you do as a Christian. It's not out of the ordinary, but this is what we do.
There are people in our own backyard, moms in crisis and families in crisis that need help, and struck a chord with me that we are the hands and feet of Jesus. We're the body of Jesus to do his work, and there are people in our communities that need help. How could we not say yes to that opportunity?
So many times we feel so helpless, like I can't do anything. I might be able to give a little bit, but I can't practically do anything. But the reality is we can. Everybody can play some role in Safe Families, and that's the beauty of it. You can go all in and host and bring it into your home, which again, I think everyone can do no matter whatever stage in life. You can be a family coach. You can just rally around a family that's doing these things as part of their community. So it's really a ministry where everybody can be involved at any age. The need is great, and it's the heart of Jesus. And it's really, to me, where all those things come together, and it just makes so much sense.